Accessing.
When TV and radio collide.
Love it.
Wow. This is what you get. You're listening to JJ and Alex.
Don't touch that dial.
On 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
All right, everybody, welcome back. JJ and Alex, 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone. Alex Curie here with you. JJ is calling a high school playoff game. The 6A playoffs are underway. And he and Sly, of course, on our Football Fridays, taking a break. Well, they're not taking a break. They're calling a football game right now. But they're taking a break from being in studio. Instead, sitting in JJ's stead is Chris Armstrong, president of the Utah Mammoth, joining us right here on the program. Chris, quite an exciting year, man. You guys have been pretty busy, man. I mean, has it from the front office standpoint? Has it been as busy as it's been from the guys, like the actual X's and O's on the ice?
Well, I just first want to say that I'm feeling the weight of sitting in JJ's seat.
Right yeah, no, look, he's an important man in this building. He's got TV and radio duties, and yeah, you're filling the spot just fine. Though. I think you're just fine.
It's been an incredibly exciting start to the year. Obviously, going back to the launch of the Utah Mammoth brand, and now being in that process of being able to bring meaning to that to help define what the Utah Mammoth is for our fans has been great. Certainly through our first homestand and the four games that we've been able to play at Delta Center so far, just seeing fans engage with the brand and seeing those jerseys in the stands has been incredibly exciting. So
there's the Mammoth brand itself, and then you guys also had the added fun of adding Tusky to the mix. Tell me about that process, because you know, as fans, we voted on the here in the market on the mascots and things like that. But Tusky was, you guys kept it under the hat pretty darn well. But I just don't know how do you get a color scheme figured out, a personality worked out, the cotton candy blue hair on Tusky, that and how that thing rolled out. How is it that you guys developed that stuff and that you decide kind of, do you go to like a mascot whisperer? Like, how does that work?
Well, all full credit to our marketing and design team. It was a very thoughtful process, and it's certainly the first time I've been through the process of being part of a team that just makes that decision. And I think they did a fantastic job. I think the personality of Tusky is still being defined, and but the way that it's been received in the marketplace and across the league, I mean, the amount of attention. Of course, if you win your first 7 games with a new mascot, everybody loves the mascot.
As soon as they got the loss, they were like, "Tusky, what would happen, bro? What did you do?" Yeah, it was like, he's 7-1 as a mascot. That's pretty darn good.
It was a lot of different iterations and 3D renderings and the works. And I think obviously the focus was always delivering something that was very approachable and exciting for kids. And I don't think we could have ever imagined how excited the adult population has been for Tusky. So that's been pretty cool.
Well, and that was one thing that I think was brought up when they talked about, Tusky was like, look, all the things that interact with everything is kind of geared towards adults as it is, because they're the ones buying the tickets. They're the ones who will bring the kids and stuff. But then, yeah, they were like, this is going to be the interface of the young fan, which I have in my house. And so there's all that kind of like, okay, how do you have that side of it and sort of try to get people excited about it? But so far, so good. I mean, that's well received so far, right?
I think it's been awesome too, like the way our marketing team connected it back to the origin story of the Utah Mammoth brand and that scene in the ice cave, and then having the big unveiling with Tusky at center ice, coming out of the frozen tundra, if you will. It was really
the
really
global
cool.
warming helped out.
Yeah.
Bust him out of the ice easy. Yeah. Look, that's always a fun. It's always a fun thing to be able to have another kind of thing that ends up being like, hey, this is what we want the fan. You're trying to make this team the community's team, and Ryan and Ashley and SEG have done a phenomenal job of trying to make sure that people along the way feel like they're in touch with it. Speaking of being in touch with it, the seating situation at Delta Center now it's improved already, right? And it's going to keep. I know that process is still going over the yearly basis, but now the lower bowl, all sight lines are on both goals now. And how's the fan experience this year compared to what it's been just in year one? And then also, what are some things you guys are doing to make sure that fan experience is like what people want when they go into the arena?
Yeah, absolutely. I think we have some of the best sight lines in all of hockey, maybe the best in the lower bowl in all of hockey. It's extremely intimate. Fans are right on top of the action. And, it looks like a traditional hockey arena on TV now, where we had the end zones last year. Now that those seats are full of fans, and I think for our players, they're able to draft off that energy and build momentum within the game because of the energy and excitement and loudness of the building. And I think, and hopefully, it's intimidating for the opposing team to play in that environment. And those walls of fans behind the net are pretty spectacular to see, for sure. So I think in our ongoing phases of the renovation, the thesis is the same, which is we need to continue to improve and optimize the sight lines in the building for hockey without compromising any of the basketball experience the building's come to be known for. And I think we've got a really good and thoughtful approach to that. And I think at the end of the day, we'll have an amazing building for both sports.
Massive facility down there at Southtown, and obviously becoming the center of not just the hockey side of things. Now, of course, basketball is also going to be right there. To have both of to just have this massive campus of, our local teams here and the practice facilities. Tell me a little bit about what the I guess how the players have kind of embraced what the practice facilities look like and how that process is going and kind of what's next down there too, because I know kind of things get improved little by little here and there, but the sheets are down, the practice facilities are there and everything. But tell me about how the practice facility is and kind of come up to speed now.
Yeah, so from a hockey perspective, I think we have arguably the best facility in the National Hockey League, and our players are certainly grateful to Ryan and Ashley Smith for giving them the resources to focus on their craft and optimize their performance capabilities on a day-to-day basis. It's really, in addition to having state-of-the-art performance equipment and a state-of-the-art facility to practice and train, we've also, very thoughtfully made it have a residential feel to it, a high-end residential feel, so that in those moments when they're not training and working on their craft, there's an opportunity for togetherness and to build camaraderie, and that they want to be in the facility as much as possible and building those bonds as a team that are so important to ultimately building a championship DNA. And then, what I think we're doing is truly unique in professional sports in the sense that we're going to have this super campus for both the Jazz and the Mammoth, where our athletes will have the ability, our staffs will have the ability to have those collisions on a daily basis, inspire one another, support one another. And I think there's really nothing like that in professional sports right now. And I think it's definitely an advantage that we have in this market and hopefully leads to great results for both teams.
So your background, obviously you've been able to deal with like the sides of like the athlete and the business side of that. How is the NHL different from some of the other professional leagues? Like we just saw Logan Cooley get extended, and how those conversations work. But bringing somebody to a market and saying, "Let's extend you and let's keep you here for 8 years," that's a hard thing to do in the NBA. I think Ryan brought it up in the press conference the other day. I was like, that just doesn't happen in the NBA. What makes it to where it works in the NHL, and how are the players now like saying, "Hey, you know what? Yeah, I am excited to be at this place for 8 years and to make a deal," and how that works on the business side of things.
Yeah, well, I really actually think it starts fundamentally with the vision that Ryan and Ashley Smith have for the team and how this team is going to be a vehicle to unlocking the full potential of the state. I think players have bought into that vision. They see it. They see the investment. They see the support they've received from day one. They see that Ryan and Ashley have done everything they said they were going to do. And then on the other side of it, you have this incredible support from the community from day one. Since the players were initially introduced at the inception of the team at the event at the airport and then in Delta Center, as an athlete, you want to be in a place that you feel celebrated and that you feel the community has your back. And I think when you have that experience, you're truly motivated to win for that fan base and to win for that community. And I think Dylan Gunther really set the standard for this last year when he made his 8-year commitment. So there was a knock-on effect for Logan to say, "Hey, look, these are my guys, and we're staying together. We're going to do this together."
Having that kind of continuity on a team is just to even have those two guys who are really young sign up for a long period of time. Like that's part of the extended success. And obviously that's part of what you guys are doing, like making it as easy as possible for Bill Armstrong to be able to say, okay, these are the people we want to be able to get. These are the people we want to put on the ice. From the business perspective, how do you keep the energy up for a franchise? I mean, that's not a small task to say, going from when they come off the plane and everybody's excited about it with the first, it seems like the energy hasn't stopped at all during that 18 months or whatever it ends up being now since we're into year 2.
Yeah, and I think that's a testament to Utah and the community here and the fan bases here for all the sports teams. They show up in big ways for their teams and support them through both the highs and the lows. And I think for us, from a business standpoint, is to continue to listen to our fans and to continue to build the experience around the things that they want to see and continue to bring players to the teams in this market that are representative of the values of the people here.
Tell me a little bit about what is next, because I know that you guys have things in your head of like things to improve the fan experiences, things to be able to connect with the community on. What's going on? What's knocking around in you guys and your marketing folks' heads to be able to say, hey, this is something we want to just keep maintaining this. We want this energy to stay here. How do you guys keep that going?
Well, we're excited to get some more games in our building in the month of November. That's for sure.
Get them home a couple of times, more than just once at a time.
Yeah, absolutely. I think for right now, we're really just focused on continuing to build meaning into the Utah Mammoth, right? And to really listen to our fans and see that feedback and try to continue to serve them in ways that we think they're going to be excited about this team. And on the ice, that it all starts with continuing to build off the momentum of a good start to the season and getting some wins in our own building. That always gets people excited.
Well, we were talking a little bit about how it's difficult to go over to Delta Center if you've got your kids with you, especially, and to not walk out of there with some more Mammoth gear. And by the way, any of these, like I was, we're getting already into Christmas season. Obviously it's Halloween today, but like I'm walking around and I'm going, oh, everybody's already decorating out. And if you've got a sports, like a store at all, it's all Mammoth gear at the very front of it because, number one, people are eating it up, man. It's been awesome so far. The rollout's been great. And I think from the perspective of watching it a little bit on the inside, from the media perspective, it's fun to watch too because we don't see this kind of stuff happen very often. And so being able to pull off having a totally different brand last year and then having a totally different one this year, that's a testament to what you guys are doing.
Well, we have a very talented team who has really gone all in and rolled up their sleeves to make all of this possible. And also, I think it's exciting for everyone in our group that you get to build something like this from the ground up with the community. And that's a unique experience in any professional settings to really build something and to be able to do it in a way that we've been so positively embraced here. It's very energizing. It's very motivating. And one of the things I would say I'm excited about is we're working hard to get the public side of our practice facility open so that we can get as many kids in that building connecting with our team and our brand and opportunity to skate on the ice, same ice as their heroes, and really start to continue to do our part to help develop and grow the game here.
I would imagine it's just going to keep going too. More sheets of ice popping up around, all of the valley, all these different places. If there's going to be a place that'll take off, it's going to be here in the state of Utah. Chris Armstrong, president of the Utah Mammoth, joining us here in studio. Chris, thanks for all your help, man, and appreciate you coming in and taking some time out, man. We appreciate it.
Thanks, Alex. I think JJ's job is safe, though, right?
Oh, yeah. No, listen, I don't know. If you want to stick around for the next couple hours, we'll do your tryout right here. By the way, this portion of the show, like I said, are hot and cold, brought to you by the good folks at Enbridge Gas. Have your furnace checked out and made sure that it is operating at the highest efficiency possible and it's safe for the rest of this winter season as we start to fire up those furnaces and get you going here. That's a message from the folks at Enbridge Gas. Hey, it's that time of the day also. I want to be able to roll this out. This is your chance. We've been doing it all day. A keyword right now that if you can text it in to 57500, I've got a pair of tickets to give you to the Utah Utes and Cincinnati Bearcats game up at Rice-Eccles Stadium tomorrow. The blackout game, you can win tickets right now. Just text the word Fiesta. Of course, the Fiesta Bowl, the first of the big bowls on years that they've been undefeated. Fiesta to 57500. We'll get you in there, and that'll be your chance to win. 57500, that's just KSL 00, the word Fiesta, and we can get you a pair of those tickets. That's how you enter right there. We'll take a break. More to go around the corner. Stay here, 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.